Hello everyone, Rich Metro back with another episode of Smackdown results for April 4th, 2017. If you guys do like, please leave one and subscribe. And to get into this week's episode of Smackdown, really good. Not as exciting as Raw. I mean, it was exciting. It had its moments, but I just felt that Raw's crowd was way more like filled with energy than they are now. But when the moments came in this night's episode of SmackDown, they really put in all their effort into it. But last night it was just completely different. But with all that said, let's get into it. Okay. So, we start out the night with me looking where it started. Okay, so we had the show opening up with the WrestleMania recap, just going over what happened, you know, oh, and what happened in the main event for their show. And Randy winning, or beating Wyatt for the championship, which shouldn't have happened. My opinion, now that I think about it, and now that what I said in my results video, now that I'm just thinking about it and everything, it's like it shouldn't have went that way. And I think I went over it in the results video of how I would have put it, like and everything. But if I didn't, I'm just gonna just rephrase it real slim here, like real short, like. But I felt that the projections that Bray was playing with and everything, they could have played a bigger role in the match and maybe made Randy like get off his game a bit. And then, the match could have went a little bit longer and then Bray goes in for the victory and then he gets a victory that way because then it would play like mind games or whatever. Or the ending I wanted to where like, lights go out, lights come up. There's like tons of people in like sheep masks in the ring and around it, surrounding Orton and everything. And then one of them's Bo Dallas and something. But no, we just get the generic Randy Orton winning, which is real sad. And he came out, and half the crowd was booing him, half the crowd was cheering him, and I'm like, this is a bad choice. But then, you got deeper into the segment, and like people started to cheer him and everything. And yeah, but Randy Orton came out to open up the night and just dropped promo. He's like, "Oh, I said what I was gonna do. I beat Wyatt, and you can't beat him, join him." But I mean, the story doesn't make sense at that part because he only beat him like one time or whatever, and then like in my opinion, he shouldn't have won at all before he joined the Wyatts. He should have lost all the matches and just continuously got beat down by them because that would have made more sense for him to join and then take him down from the inside. But whatever, we can't get what we want. But yeah, and then after that, Bray showed up on the screen. Or wait, yeah, Randy going on, and then cut to Wyatt in the smoky room. He says Orton is the master of nothing, and the era of Wyatt's has only just begun. So, wonder what that means. Is he gonna win it back at the next pay-per-view? What is the next pay-per-view, by the way? I don't know. I'll look at. Isn't it Backlash? I think it's Backlash. But if it is, then I'll just win it back then. Which is like they could have really had a good story here. Bray retained at Mania, retained at Backlash, and then man, they could have carried this story out longer to where like Randy can't overcome it, so he just waits longer to take down Bray, and then, like, say it's like a year and a half into the story, and then Randy starts taking out people within the Wyatts and everything. That'd been fucking great, but nope. He come to this clumsy end, and yeah. But good thing Bray is like, you know, he's untouchable in like character damage, because I mean he can eat like tons of losses and then come back and be as serious as he was before, and that's what I like about Bray Wyatt and Sami Zayn too. But yeah, good thing that he's untouchable in like character damage. But Bray just said, "Oh, I'm gonna reclaim it," and blah blah. And then he cuts black, and it goes up, and then Bray's like, "Oh, I'm here." Then they battle for a little bit. Then Luke Harper comes down, helps Randy, and then Eric Rowan returns with a sick ass looking Mad Max style sheep mask and helps Wyatt, and then that sets up a tag match for later in the night between Harper and Orton and Wyatt and Rowan. Holla holla holla. Good to pay honor to Teddy Long, who was inducted into the Hall of Fame this past weekend. So yeah. So that set up our main event for later in the night. Then da, da, da. After that, we go backstage. Renee Young interviews both Miz and Maurice. She asked about Cena's proposal, and Miz like, "Oh, I don't care," and blah blah blah, and I don't care. I mean, the only thing I like about that feud is Miz and what he did for the feud and everything. Like, I didn't give a shit about the match or anything, but Miz just did such a good job building on his side and everything. And Cena did great promo work, but in the end, I just didn't care about the matches. But Miz did great work when he was making fun of Cena and Nikki, and Cena just did great work in promos, as he always does. But yeah, hopefully this will just clear up, and they can go off and do better things, because I mean, I may like the build up to it, but man, I just don't want to go back and watch that Mania match for you guys, because I mean, in my opinion, oh man, like, I hope it makes sense to you guys. Like, oh, I may like the story, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna like the match. I mean, that was cool and cute that he proposed to Nikki, but it's like, who cares? Like, really, who fucking cares? But whatever. Then, basically at the end of the interview, he makes it clear that it'll be the only time you'll see Cena and Bella for a very long time, and that would have made more sense if Miz won, but it didn't, because John Cena's John Cena, and yeah. Then, after that, we come back from commercial, and Alexa Bliss is going to take on Naomi in Alexa Bliss's rematch for the SmackDown Women's title match, or title. And I thought, like, I mean, I can only predict, but I thought either Peyton Royce and Billie Kay were going to debut here, or Asuka, because she's Asuka, and why not? But I mean, I don't know how long they're going to keep holding Asuka in NXT. She doesn't need to be there anymore. She's dominated the women's division for a year. Like, a fucking year. Just let her come up to the main roster or whatever. Or let her do double duty. That'd be great. But we'll see where it lands after the UK tour. I think she's on the UK tour. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But yeah, we moved into Alexa Bliss taking on Naomi. Really good match. Not none to write home about, but it was a good match. Winner and retaining SmackDown Women's Champion is Naomi. So yeah, no surprise there. Then after, no call ups or anything. Then after that, uh, we had Kurt Hawkins coming out to the ring and basically just saying, "Oh man, I keep hearing about this superstar shakeup or whatever when the real focus should be on me. And that's why I'm giving an open challenge to anyone in the pack. And I'm going to count to the count of 10. I'm like, oh my god, that is so cheesy, but there we go. Your debuting Ty Dillinger is finally on the main roster and on SmackDown side. And great, good debut. Awesome. Glad that he's on the main roster now. Maybe he can go after the IC title with Ambrose and Corbin. Or maybe, in my opinion, he'd be a good contender for the world title. But who knows? But yeah, good thing that he's on the main roster. He's already over with that 10 chant, and yeah. Then after that, we had we come back from commercial, and Mojo Rawley is interviewed, and blah blah blah, and why'd he win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal? I don't know, but it's just basically him saying, "Oh yeah, we partied," and blah blah. Then we get a recap of Mr. McMahon announcing the Superstar Shakeup, and yeah. Then after that, Miz and Maurice are walking backstage. They're up next. Then after the break, we come back from commercial. John Cena makes his entrance. It's not John Cena, it's Miz and Maurice. They come running down to the ring and basically just make fun of Cena and Nikki some more. And I would have chose to debut him in a different spot, but whatever. But Miz and Maurice are leaving, and then, oh, guess who shows up? The wonderful violinist of Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura finally makes his debut on the main roster for SmackDown. Thought he was going for Raw because Vince wanted him on Raw because he wants control over everything. But no, Shinsuke's on SmackDown. That's fucking awesome. And Styles is on SmackDown. Hopefully next week he doesn't get traded to Raw. But who knows? Who knows? Oh man, I'm just really excited. I really hope that they push for the main event of next year's WrestleMania, and also the main event of SummerSlam coming up for Shinsuke versus Styles. Oh my god, those matches I cannot wait to see. I saw their New Japan matches, and I just can't wait to see their matches here in the WWE under this sort of setting. But if, for next year's WrestleMania, if, Styles is world champion or universal or wherever they should fight each other. And if Kenny Omega's deal, or if he's all done with New Japan, he should come over and just interject himself. And oh my god, it's so unpredictable. I can't wait until next year's WrestleMania. But yeah, so Nakamura comes down, and the crowd pops. They pop so fucking loud. Once his music popped, they, they pop so loud for Shinsuke, and I cannot wait to see what his future holds in SmackDown Live. But then he comes to the ring, just stands in the ring, and I did find out that for the crowd there, Dolph Ziggler interrupted him and told him he's going to be fighting him in the main event. And so they got that and everything, and we didn't. But then after that, we come back from commercial, and we get a street fight between Baron Corbin and Dean Ambrose, which should have been a street fight at Mania for the title. And this wasn't for the title for some reason. Thought it would be to just like get Corbin his win, but it wasn't. But whatever. But yeah. But yeah, really good match. Really enjoyed it. 2 table spots. Ambrose coming off the top rope and laying through Corbin through the table, and then Corbin just slamming Ambrose through the table. Really enjoyed this match. But your winner, and looking strong as ever, is Baron Corbin. And after that, hold on. Then after that, we go to commercial, come back. Shane makes his entrance and tells everyone, "Oh, well, Superstar Shakeup is coming up," and blah blah blah. We don't know who's going where. And then Styles comes out and says he respects Shane McMahon. It's like, "Oh man, I have tons of respect for you, but this is my house, and if you trade me, it's a huge mistake." And yeah, so no fighting each other. But there was a really good bout, or really good spot to where, like when AJ was leaving, he like fake punched him. It's like, "Ah man, I'm just kidding." But yeah, so good to see that AJ is most likely gonna stay on SmackDown. Hope to God, because if he moves to Raw, that would be sad because Shinsuke will be left alone. But then after that, we have our main event up after that, and we come back from commercial, and we see Aries just promoting 205 Live and blah blah blah. But then after that, we had the main event of Luke Harper and Randy Orton take on Randy, Bray Wyatt, and Eric Rowan. It was a meh match. At the ending, I thought when the whole Wyatt thing happened, I thought either two things. One, Bo was gonna be there, maybe, or another Wyatt family member, or maybe Sister Abigail. Maybe they found someone for her role, or Luke Harper would turn on Randy. But none of that happened. Bray just ran up the ramp and left Eric for an RKO. Great job treating your family, Bray. Real good. But yeah, Harper and Orton win 1, 2, 3, and yeah, pretty lackluster main event and not making Bray look strong at all. Really, I mean, man, I hope they don't fucking ruin him because he was such a great champion. He should have never lost that title because now that he lost it to Orton, he feels like a transitional champion. Like, more than a really good champion that actually has a good competitor that he could lose it to. But whatever. Hope they don't ruin him. I mean, if they do ruin him, he can just come back because he's so over. But it's just a shame how they don't know how to work people. But yeah. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for another episode of Smackdown Results. And if you guys did enjoy and you want to see more, please leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new. Also, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat. And if you want to see the rest of the series, please click the playlist link down below or the annotation on the screen at the end of the video. As always, have a nice day. I'll see y'all in the next one.